Gets the first and still running. Now here he goes. At the 10 now. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. Lining up to try the extra point. And it's 7-0 after the PAT. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Zero running room. Stop right at the line of scrimmage. This one's a compelling matchup. Early season, 2 top 10 teams. Kirk, we know that at this point, rankings can be a little bit suspect, but a chance for both teams to step up and show they belong.
I just love these kind of matchups when you get a top 10 matchup early in the year. Really find out if these rankings are worthy of where these teams are considered at this point in the year. Find out if these teams have what it takes to be one of the top teams in college football when this game is over.
The game moves the ball to the 20-yard line.
Well, those counter plays are tough on a defense. Defense has got to be gap sound. You get so caught up in the base concepts. If the offense comes back with a counter play, if you're not sound with your gap integrity, you can give up a big play.
Interesting play call here. 3rd and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. It'll be Smother right at the line for no gain.
Well, you got 3rd down. The offense has the advantage here on 3rd down to be able to get the ball downfield. They make the completion, but this defense is just flying around. They make the catch, but they have nowhere to go after.
So on their first drive of the game, they'll go for it in their own territory. The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here. And the punt team now on to kick it away.
On to punt it away.
Returner brought down by the coverage team. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. It didn't take long to reach the end zone last time. A perfectly blocked running play. Can they keep it going here?
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held it just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. To the air, it's St. Clair. The pocket breaking down. Swarmed by the pass rush.
As expected, this Alabama defense is laying the wood and living in the backfield of their opponent. Such upfield speed is dangerous.
So here comes comes third and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. It's intercepted, trying to fire it into the tight window. Tackle made after a short return, and the pick ends that play.
Sometimes that primetime game, the whole nation is watching, brings out some extra energy, some nerves. Maybe the quarterback is feeling that a little bit. I did not expect him to throw a pick, especially on the opening drive.
Here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. They bring him down to the 18. The offense set up in the red zone with a first down. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Oh, that one's picked off. Look out, he's in the clear. Across the 40. The 20. Crosses the 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And the defense joins the scoring party now.
Boy, what a job by the defensive coordinator and the execution of this defense. Everybody's covered downfield, nowhere for the quarterback to go, and they get pressure on him. The ball's in the air, and a great awareness to be able to come down with the interception and take it all the way to the house.
He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And he's tackled just short of the 25. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly mistake last time, a pick 6. Pressure is coming. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down.
Man, he got crushed there, didn't he, Chris? And we know this guy is their superstar. He's their leader. But based on that last play, this offensive line's got to do a better job of recognizing that they got to take care of him.
Keeping it on the ground here. The defense all over. They stop him right at the line.
That play was perfectly defended. You know, sometimes as an offense and offensive coordinator, you hit a wall, and it's time to mix some things up on what you show the defense.
A tough situation for the offense. 3rd and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. To throw, it's Russell. The receiver makes the catch. He picks up the first down, but gets drilled on the tackle.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. He'll hand it off. He shreds the tackle. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 43.
I really like to see the counter mixed in there with your base concepts to keep the defense honest. Now, they didn't burst a big run, but if you keep mixing it in as the game progresses, you might catch the defense over pursuing.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. They'll run it here. Brought down, but the gain moves the ball all the way to the +42.
Chris, I don't know. There's just something about that Bama uniform. When they run the football, it just feels right. It's a combination of having those big offensive linemen, a really physical approach at the line of scrimmage, and backs that are able to pick up first downs like that right there. Beautiful play.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. And there's the handoff. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
This is the 6th play on the drive. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. They'll go with the ground game. The back takes the handoff. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
That's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fix. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Third down play now, trying to keep this impressive drive going. Back to throw. It's Russell looking for the wideout. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on third down, but now it brings up fourth.
Big shot downfield here early in the game. Couldn't quite connect, but even on an incompletion, these deep shots do a good job of keeping those safeties back and can open up other aspects of this offense.
Can they keep this drive going? It's 4th down and 6. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. And it's hauled in. What a catch.
Chris, here on 4th down, I thought be a little bit more conservative, but give them credit. They take a shot downfield and hit it for the first down and much, much more.
So the challenge doesn't work. That'll cost the head coach a timeout. We'll see if that comes into play later in the ballgame. The Tide offense line up here on 1st and goal. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. So they reach the end zone after a marathon march. How about the execution in that drive, Kirk?
Well, I know a lot of times people get excited for the big plays. They're fun to watch. But what's impressive to me is an offense that can put together a long drive and then finally cap it off with a touchdown. That way you don't have to always rely on the big plays. That's a great drive.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fielded up near the 25. And he's brought down after a decent return out of the 31. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. Looking deep downfield to the left. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. They're going to have to make some adjustments there, maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
Looking to throw. It's St. Clair. Oh, look, he's trucking it deep again. Pulls it in outside the 10 and still running. And a huge gain. They finally bring him down at the 11.
Now the quarterback found a matchup that he loved, gets a big gain with a nice throw, and now they're down in the red zone looking for some points.
He's running out of time here. Pickup is 5 yards, so it's 2nd down and 5.
Well, that's just being crafty right here by this quarterback. It's not there. You pick up what you can and stay ahead of the chains. And who knows, do this enough, they'll have to start spying on this quarterback, which can open up some passing lanes that weren't there before.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. And he makes the catch. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You put 5 wide receivers into a formation that puts so much pressure on the defense. Do you have enough guys that can cover? Quarterback does such a good job of finding the weakness and exploiting it.
PHC is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And he gets it out to the 28, tackled right there. Here's the first play of the drive. He started at the 28. stopped after gaining 4 yards. So 2nd and 6.
Boy, it looked like the quarterback was caught in between. Should I hand it off? Should I pull it and make the throw? Ends up getting some positive yards, but I think they missed a chance for a bigger gain.
Quarterback appears to be changing the play. He's got room to run. And the runner brought down right at the 38-yard line.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this 3rd down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. Can he make it to the marker? Stuffed on 3rd for no gain. Going to be 4th and 1 now. Well, they don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Grab down the middle. It's Edwards. They make the tackle, but he easily gets first-down yardage, and the drive keeps going.
That's why you practice and work on these routes. When you get to a 4th down, you trust the receiver to run not only a good route, but know exactly where he needs to go to be able to get the distance for that 1st down.
That has been in large part to the Lions on the ground game, which has been featured from both sides in this one so far. Crucial stage of the game as we begin the 2nd quarter. Is this one going to get out of hand? Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a 1st down play. Hands it off on the counter. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
2nd down play coming up. To the air. It's Russell. Defense is coming after him. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
He just has to be protected better than that. He's the guy who can shift the tenure of a game. It's the offensive line's job to ensure he's kept clean.
After the 2nd down incompletion, they'll have to convert here on 3rd down and 8. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Receiver makes the grab. Tackle made after a big gain. Ball moves to the 21.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. Ball handed off. Clean to the end zone. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Alabama.
This is such a well-designed play here, Chris. The offensive line opens things up initially, but you can see the speed of the back and the effort by the receivers not to be selfish. These guys are blocking downfield, and that's why he got that ball to the end zone.
The extra point is good, but down by a touchdown, 21-14. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And here's the return from just inside the 25. And he's brought down after a decent return out of the 31. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. A little bit of my turn, your turn so far in the early going. Both offenses scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. The Buckeyes come up to the line in the hurry-up.
Okay, here they go. Big first down, good pickup, and they are off and running.
With sure hands, it's Miller. Heads out of bounds as a short gain on the play.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Dropping back. It's St. Clair. Taking a deep shot here to the right. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Still no answer for this offensive machine. So the offense clicking now, Kirk, building the lead, and this one could get out of hand.
Well, it's just complete domination. The offense is executing and doing their job, putting points on the board. The defense has shown up, prepared, ready to play. It just feels like this game's getting sideways in a hurry.
Here comes the point after attempt. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead.
That makes the score Ohio State 28, Alabama 14.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and will bring the football out to the 25-yard line. Comes the Alabama offense onto the field. They really had the defense off balance in the last possession, mixing the run and pass extremely well. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit.
Let's go.
The defense with pre-snap movement of its own.
Check. White 94 slider choice. Husky. Blue 85.
Offense flinching before the snap. That'll cost him 5. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course.
All right, let's get it. Right.
Dropping back. It's Russell. Lets it go quickly. The ball is picked off. He's brought down quickly, but that takeaway is a huge play for this defense.
Well, that's now 2 interceptions for this quarterback, and we're only in the first half. This is the exact start this defense was hoping for to create a ton of momentum.
And looking to throw now on first down. Fires it to the wideout. Makes the catch near the sideline and keeps the foot in bounds. That's enough for a first down. Buckeyes looking to crank up the tempo a bit. First down. Looking to throw the football. On the move now. Deep shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Boy, what a job by the offensive coordinator going to that 5 wide receiver set, creating the one-on-one matchups, finding the most favorable matchup, and then going to that receiver for the score.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Was he on the end line? Apparently not. He's bringing it out. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. Alabama Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. He's going for a big play downfield. The catch is made for a huge pickup. That's an outstanding throw there by the junior quarterback.
You know, Chris, if we would have told Bear Bryant that Alabama would have a wide receiver that won a Heisman in recent years, I don't think he would have believed us. But that's where we are. They've been some great ones in the past, and we're seeing some great-looking receivers on this unit right now.
That massive play moves it across midfield to the plus 42. First down. From the pocket, delivers over the middle. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. He keeps it on the design run. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle. Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 now.
It's a good positive game by the offense, and it's enough for the first down. They're already looking to get up to the line of scrimmage and get this play called to go some up-tempo. The defense has got to be alert of this and get their call and get ready to play.
Offense facing a 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Boy, they're just fundamentally sound, right where you want to be after the completion. Nowhere to go after that catch.
They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Throws it to the right. Makes the grab with plenty of room to run. And he's run out after a big gain. The offense will be set up for 1st down and goal.
Well, you talk about a huge conversion. That's 3rd and long. It doesn't matter for these guys. They just keep going about their business. Great connection between this quarterback and receiver on that one. And now they're in business.
All right, 2nd down and goal now for this offense. Tremendous protection. It was bound to be somebody open. Touchdown, Bama. That's a crucial score for the offense. Chipping away, Kirk, just trying to stay in this game here.
It's too early to see if this touchdown is going to change the momentum and allow them to cut down into the lead even further. But if you're this head coach, you tell your team, let's just keep chipping away.
And the extra point was up and good. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. They've really built momentum in this game. It's been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments? Come up with a stop here. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Breaks clear over the middle. Can they catch him? All the way to the end zone. What a run. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Well, that's the 2nd touchdown catch already in just the first half. You can guarantee the coach on the other side is trying to make every adjustment he can to slow this guy down.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. And the extra point makes it a 3-touchdown lead. You got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away.
21.
Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. Handoff to the left. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
Well, I know people want to talk about the spread, and Alabama's offense has changed over the years, but at the end of the day, with this coaching staff, it still comes down to the line of scrimmage and the ability to pound the rock. Think about the backs they've had in recent years, Mark Ingram and Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs most recently. This is an offense that still wants to control things.
Breaks into the clear. Out past the 30. And he finally goes out of bounds after a huge gain on the ground. Nice play. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Stop right there at the line. No gain.
Well, if you're going to run an ISO play with that pulling guard, the running back's got to do a better job of getting behind those big linemen to hope that a hole will open up. Here he tries to bounce it to the outside. There's just no room out there.
Going with the old counter run here. But they tackle him after just a 2-yard gain, so it sets up a 3rd and 8. Here we go, 3rd down. Defense needs to stop here, trying to force a field goal attempt. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Oh, he fought hard there, broke a tackle, but brought down short of the sticks. Okay, we reached the 2-minute timeout. The offense some work to do here, trying to cut into this lead before halftime. It's 4th down, but no punting team. The offense is going to go for it. Back to pass. It's Russell. Makes a quick catch. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a 4th down stop.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this 4th down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
As the 1st down is still going. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Just a great play by the running back here, finding his lanes and then exploding through the gap when it opened up.
Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Looking to scramble.
Boy, that was close to a safety. In fact, I thought with that sack we might see the referee step in there and put the 2 hands over his head, signaling that it was a safety, but somehow he's at the 1-yard line. Very fortunate to avoid giving up 2 points there.
2nd and long for this offense after the sack. This one ends up a safety.
Man, that is a big-time play with this defense. Not only do they get a couple points, they get the football back as well. That should give these guys a spark and some momentum.
Look out, room to run here. Here comes the opening play of the drive. They begin from the 33. Here's the handoff. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. Wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
Back to pass. It's Russell. Lets it fly to the wideout. The defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Really good job here showing discipline by this defense. Seeing that corner route, did exactly what they needed to do to be in position to make that an incompletion.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw in this play.
up some good yardage on the return. So here we go, the first play of the drive, less than a minute to play before halftime. Looking to throw it on first down. And he's going to take a shot down the left side. And it's hauled in way downfield. They make the tackle, but all the way down to the 17.
You got to pick the right time to take your shots downfield, and this offense just did that. A huge gain, and now they're down in the red zone for a first down.
He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
How about this by the quarterback? He takes a negative play and turns it into positive yards and slides down before taking a big shot. It's an excellent job of getting down to avoid that big hit.
Makes the grab on the move. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Chris, with another touchdown, this first half could not have gone any better for this offense and this team, building up such a big lead. And on the other side, oh my gosh, now you really start to see who's got some fight, who's a competitor, because you got a big hole to be able to climb out of.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Looking to pass. It's Russell. Quick throw to his receiver. He's picked for a third time tonight. He's bringing it back. He's going to take it in. A game-changing play. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Boy, what a tough blow for this offense. Already in field goal range, and the quarterback puts one in the defense's arms, and he takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Huge momentum swing here in the first half.
And he knocks through the PAT.
Alabama, 23.
And he'll take off from deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. Looks like the final play of the half coming up. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. And the timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter. The offense will set up on 1st and 10. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Moves out of the pocket. Trying to create here on the move. And the pass falls incomplete in the final play of this first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it deep to begin the second half. Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. And he's tackled just short of the 25. Here's a wrinkle now. They go to the Wildcat formation with an extra blocker. Let's see how this works out. And it's a direct snap. That's a solid gain out of the Wildcat, but not enough for the first down.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
They'll come up in Wildcat formation. Let's see what the call is. Direct snap. Breaks into the clear. Defense has got him, but that Wildcat wrinkle earns enough to get the first down.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
And it's a direct snap. Bursts into space at the 30 now. Inside the 10. Touchdown, tied. Too much speed for the defense.
this is what this running back brings to the table for this offense. He's always one touch away from a huge play, and here he gets the ball, gets some space, and from there, no one's going to catch him on his way to the end zone.
And the PAT is good. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Returner looking to make a play here. Oh, and he's got some space here. Picks up some blocks. It's a foot race. All the way for a touchdown. What a highlight moment. The kickoff taken all the way back for a touchdown.
Man, a kick return for a touchdown is one of the most electrifying plays in football. Everything has to align right. Great blocks. Return man hits the crease just like he did there. Then he's off to the races. By the way, if I'm the kickoff coverage team, I don't know if I'd be kicking to this guy anymore.
And they tack on the extra point. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Steps out at the 22. Not quite where it would have been spotted had he just taken a knee. They come to the line in the Wildcat formation. Defense got to be on alert here. He's going to take off here. Defense not fooled by the Wildcat look. Just a short gain on the play. They'll come up in Wildcat formation. Let's see what the call is. Direct snap. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
The offense now facing a 3rd and long from the 26. Got to avoid a mistake here. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Delivers quickly to the left side. Another interception. Wow, that's his 4th tonight. Could take it all the way. He finally